Hello everybody and welcome to Mistick's MMOs. I'm your host, Mr. Graven. Alright, so Deadlands is so close. So close. And today I want to introduce you to my updated Stamplar build, Bull Rush. You know, I know, the meta has to keep making these changes. And so do I, but I don't keep chasing pipe dreams. I stay with what works, right? I make alterations, but if I find usually a pretty solid setup that I like, I usually typically stay with that and then adjust it accordingly. And sometimes you get great results. Now you got to remember that every class is different, so you got to approach every class different because of those passives, and that's the way the game's designed. So let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? Character sheet. On the bow side, we have 32,000 max stamina, 19,900 health, 16 max 1600 stamina recovery. Our pen is really high because we're a Bosner. Now if you don't want to be a Bosner, that's fine. I like the Bosner because of the sustain, right? I really do. I really do. I like the Bosner because of that. We're going to have all of our points allocated into stamina. We're going to be using the Thief Mundus, and we're going to use Lava Foot, Soup, and Salt Trace. Okay? Now, dual wield side, you're going to see 30,000 max stamina. Our crit is 66% on this bar because we're using daggers. And of course, once again, our penetration is really high. So, I mean, you can adjust that in the gear. And with that said, let's go ahead and get into it. Primary set is Yanders. This is poison damage, and the other one is going to be recovery with precise trait. For the Stamplar, this is a great set because I don't have to have it static. I can jab it up, and then all of a sudden, while I'm critting, I gain all of those stacks, and then I can go ahead and activate the Giant's Endurance, and oh my gosh, huge boons. The problem with the set is the penetration was configured for medium, but with the updates, you know, it's we're well exceeding the pen, so you know, it is what it is. And then, of course, we're stuck with the Maelstrom bow because we don't have a lot of stamina abilities. But the bow passives will allow us to gain major expedition if we do a dodge roll. So if we do a dodge roll, on the bow side, we get the major expedition, which does come in handy. Okay. Once again, this is going to be infused with weapon damage enchantment. We're going to be using Damahas, once again, infused, max health. We're going to have, mothers. So we have a medium and a light Damahas. Now I can go with the light head and reduce the penetration even further. That would throw our crit up. Everything else is light. So let's say I wanted I don't know if I have it. Let's check. No, but we can get it. That'll bring down some of that pen, but it's also going to bring down some of our weapon damage, which we could afford to do. I mean, that's fine. So let's go ahead and get down here. And let's say we go with a light head. Let's get infused, and then, of course, we'd have to glyph it. So, but once we go ahead and get in there, and we do that, no, that threw up our, I mean, if we want to replace this one with a medium, we could. Sorry about that. Brain fart. If we wanted to go ahead and replace the medium, we could do that. And that brings us down. The only problem with that doing that is this. Let me show you. It's going to be our dexterity, our critical damage modifier, so we can get 4%. That's fine, but there's a ceiling cap of 125%, and the Templars already get a critical damage modifier. So if you want to go with 2 medium for the Damahash, you can do that. That'll drop down your penetration. Okay, it's also going to bring down your weapon damage a little bit, but that's fine. Or another race would work too, because remember, we are a Bosner and they get penetration, and the set has penetration. Okay, so the rest is divine max stamina. We just want that infused head. Okay, now we also have Yander's jewelry, because we have the weapons. They're all weapon damage, 2 infused, 1 bloodthirsty. Looks pretty good. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the skills. Primary bar, rending slashes, biting jabs. I'm going to go with the deadly cloak. We have a nice AoE effect, plus it's going to go ahead and give us major evasion for 10 seconds, reducing the damage from area attacks by 20%. Our finisher, Whirling Blades. And then, of course, we're going to have Camouflage Hunter and Flawless Dawnbreaker. And in the Fighters Guild passives, that's going to give us 6% to the Slayer for our weapon damage. I like it. I like it like that. I like it like that. Bow bar. Okay, Power of Light. Lightweight Beast Trap. Of course, Endless Hail. We're using the Maelstrom Bow. Razor Caltrops. Repentance. This is a really nice sustain effect. Plus, it gives us resources when we kill something. And we're going to use Empower and Sweep on this bar. Now, keep in mind, with Adric Spears, we have to have an Adric ability spear slotted. So that's why we're going to slot Empowering Sweeps on this bar. Though our primary is Flawless Dawnbreaker. Okay? Looks good. It looks so good, right? Well, let's check out the stats. Let's see what it looks like stat-wise. The modified stats. Once we get those stacks up, now we're almost at 8,000 weapon damage. Whoa, it's 71% crit. Oh, baby. Now, I like the lightweight beast trap, but... $78. I think I hit that one too early. Yeah, I hit that one too early. Okay. Trying to stack everything up. You are going to be dependent on those pots, by the way. So heads up. And then we're at 8-1. There we go. Got stacked. Even though I messed up on the timing. Oh, baby. 8-1. Oh, it's so disgusting, isn't it? my Bull Rush build. Now, I used to use the 2H, but I decided to go with the daggers on this. Just given the fact that, you know, I can keep all the dots applied. The Bull Rush is nice. The 2H is nice for the ground effect and, you know, the finisher, but dual wield works out just as good. So, and then of course the Deadly Cloak really comes in handy when you're trying to stay in the pocket on some of those boss fights with the AoEs. So yeah, really nice. I like Bosner, I really do, but Orc would make a good race. You could actually the only class you don't want to go with Templar right now is Khajiit, due to the critical damage cap. Templar Khajiit makes no sense. But you could, like I said, you could go with Dunmer if you wanted to. You could go Orc. You could go, you know, pretty much a lot of different races. Just try to avoid Khajiit with the Templar. With that said, I want to thank you guys so much. As always, I'm Mistick Raven, and this is Mistick's MMOs. Have a good one, y'all.